A stranger on horseback rides into a small town. As he slowly passes through the streets, the townspeople watch him with curiosity and awe. He ignores their stares, continuing silently. Finally, he dismounts and ties his horse. Entering a local bar, he orders a beer and a bottle. The bartender warns him the drinks aren't great, but it's all they have. When asked if he needs anything else, the stranger simply says he wants to drink in peace. A group of men present begins taunting him. Calmly, the stranger lifts his bottle, claiming he is faster than them, and walks away, leaving them staring. He then visits the barber, asking for a shave and a hot bath. Hearing the price, he removes his coat and sits. The barber attempts small talk, but the stranger remains silent. The same group of men enters, hurling insults. When one man touches him, the stranger quickly draws a hidden gun, shooting all three men. The barber flees, and the townspeople gather to witness the aftermath. The stranger wipes his face, places his gun down, and steps outside, putting on his coat and hat. Murai, a local man, approaches and asks his name, but the stranger refuses. Murai lights a cigarette for him. As he walks, a woman, Callie, accidentally bumps into him, scolding him for ruining her dress with a cigarette. The stranger realizes she just wants attention. She insults him, and he initially ignores her. Drinking whiskey, he begins responding in kind. When she slaps him, his cigarette falls, angering him. He pulls her to a stable, throwing her onto hay, and assaults her while Murai witnesses everything.
A bottle of whiskey for courage and the manners of a goat.
Afterward, the stranger goes to a hotel, asking for a room. When the clerk asks if he wants to register, he silently takes the key and enters. In his room, he removes his coat and hat, drinking whiskey on the bed. He drifts into a flashback, recalling being whipped while men watched, offering no help. The memory leaves him shaken. The next morning, sunlight streams into the room. He dons his hat, retrieves a cigarette from the clerk, and heads out. The hotel clerk asks if he plans to stay another night. The stranger responds ambiguously and leaves. He returns to the barbershop for the promised bath. Murai prepares the tub, and as the stranger bathes, the sheriff arrives. He sits nearby and wants to discuss the three men the stranger killed. The stranger dismisses him, uninterested.
You missed your chance, because you shot him yesterday.
During the conversation, Callie bursts in, firing a gun and yelling insult. The stranger ducks underwater as bullets fly. Murai throws water to help, allowing the sheriff to disarm her. She is removed, and the stranger emerges unharmed. Murai remarks that it took her a long time to react because he didn't push further. Elsewhere, a group of men meets to discuss the upcoming release of three bandits, Stacy Bridges and the Carlin brothers. Fearing destruction, the town debates hiring the stranger for protection. Opinions are divided. Some are eager, others cautious, unsure of his background. Callie returns, her yelling and crying, but the men do not defend her. Morgan advises her to let things be unless it goes too far. The sheriff approaches the stranger, asking if he will act as a gunfighter for the town. He refuses, claiming no involvement with the incoming bandits. The sheriff explains the three men are notorious troublemakers, previously arrested by him. A waitress brings a pie, and the stranger silently leaves, ignoring it. The sheriff follows, explaining that Stacy and his cousin stole a golden ingot, which is hidden near the shack they used to live in. The stranger notes the carelessness and hints the townspeople may have set a trap.
Up that building up there. Maybe a couple more with shotguns down behind green bags over there.
He advises the sheriff to prepare for the bandits with armed townspeople positioned strategically. The sheriff resists, asking what it would cost for his help. The stranger says he has little attachment to the town, but suggests that if the sheriff truly loves it, he can take charge. As he begins to leave, the sheriff inquires if unlimited credit would persuade him. The stranger shows interest. The sheriff introduces him to another townsman, confirming he can act as he wishes. Nearby, a father and his two children inspect blankets for sale, but the shop owner scolds them. The stranger observes quietly, the townspeople watching closely, curious and cautious. The stranger turns back to the sheriff, listening as he confirms that the stranger can act freely in the town. If he needs the townspeople's help, he can command them. After this, he approaches a father and his 2 children, giving them 2 jars of candy and a pile of blankets. Hesitant at first, the father is reassured by the stranger, and they leave with the gifts. Next, the stranger collects cigarettes from a box, pockets them, and walks out, with Morai lighting one for him. He visits another shop, taking boots and supplies without paying, the sheriff quietly ensuring the owner charges nothing. Later, he returns to the bar, ordering drinks for his companion. The men cheer, and the bartender is informed that the stranger's orders are free. In a surprising gesture, the stranger gives the sheriff's badge and the mayor's hat to Morai, making him the new town sheriff. Morai joyfully arms himself, ready to take command.
I'm the mayor. I'm the sheriff.
The stranger organizes the townspeople for a training drill. He instructs them to stand up for themselves against the incoming bandits. Everyone takes positions on rooftops with rifles and shotguns. A carriage with dummies moves through town for target practice, but when the owner protests, the stranger fires himself, destroying the dummies. He then tasks carpenters with building a large table and arranging wood from a barn, demanding 35 bed sheets, a barbecued steer, and 200 gallons of red paint, turning the town into a preparation hub for defense.
If we hold the lumber,
You'll have the lumber. Come with me.
Meanwhile, Stacy Bridges and his cousins ambush men in the woods, killing them and stealing their horses. They ride toward the town, intent on revenge. Back in town, the townspeople continue their training. The hotel owner, Lewis, complains to Dave, fearing the stranger is mocking the town and causing chaos. Arguments erupt, recalling the marshal's death, but Dave urges unity. The stranger isolates himself, prompting concern from the preacher, who worries about the townspeople's welfare. The stranger allows the preacher to relocate them for a small fee, then requests dinner and fine wine, retreating to his room.
Friends, don't worry. We shall find haven for you in our own homes. It won't cost you 1 cent more.
Morai recalls a flashback of the marshal being whipped while townspeople hid, helpless. Later, the stranger meets Callie, who insults him. He requests her company for the night, taking her gun before kissing her. She prepares for supper with him, served by waitress Sarah, who frowns at their closeness. Stacy and his cousins encounter trouble in the desert when one horse is injured. They continue on foot, aware that the townspeople may soon discover the bodies of the men they killed.
time to take 1 year of my life at Lago before we move on.
While the stranger and Callie sleep, townspeople attempt to attack him in the hotel. Unbeknownst to them, he has already escaped. As he leaps, the hotel explodes, killing the intruders. Those who try to flee are intercepted by him. Morgan escapes, refusing to take Callie with him, who runs away. Lewis and others survey the destruction. Dave apologizes, offering $3,000, but the stranger remains distrustful. He drags Sarah to safety, and they spend the night together. The next morning, Sarah mentions the marshal's fate. The stranger is indifferent as the town buries the dead. He commands everyone to paint the town red, writing hell above its name. Lewis and Sarah argue about covering up the murder, revealing that the marshal discovered the mine was government property, risking its closure. Sarah decides to leave town permanently. Stacy and his cousins encounter Morgan, demanding help to reclaim back pay. Morgan refuses, and Stacy kills him. Dynamite is set off as they attempt an assault, but the stranger intervenes, shooting Cole's ear and escaping. The town, now fully painted red, is defended by the townspeople, though initially overpowered by the bandits. The stranger returns, pulling Dan, Cole's brother, out of the bar, whipping and killing him, and throws the whip inside. Stacy orders the bar emptied and fires dynamite, but it is a decoy. Cole is killed by a rope trap. Stacy, enraged, shoots aimlessly until the stranger emerges and kills him. Lewis attempts to attack the stranger, but is shot by Marai from behind. The next day, the stranger rides out of town, leaving the townspeople in awe. Marai, carving the marshal's headstone, asks his name. The stranger replies ambiguously and rides away, leaving everything behind. The town survives, changed forever, and Marai reflects on the man who arrived, restored order, and left as mysteriously as he came. End the movie. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other recaps and subscribe for more content. And leave comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.